We are here to help our SMEs, and all these are being provided by our very own Malaysian SMEs here in Malaysia. And today, our discussion is all about how we can ramp up SMEs in terms of your competitiveness, in terms of how you can make your business sustained, not just this year, not just next year, but every year of your business life, of your business, and to make sure that you do not forget what the government has formulated and is going to take effect next year, and that's the GST, Goods and Services Tax. Like it or not, for us, Malaysia, we are one of the last few countries in the world, including Myanmar, that has not gotten into this GST regime. And we dare to dream, if we dare to dream to become a developed nation status by 2020, we better put our eggs now, or forever we will remain as a developing nation. We look at ourselves. We look at our education policies. We look at ourselves in terms of our lifestyle. We look at the infrastructure that we have in the country. It all shows the fact that we're moving towards a developed nation status. But we will not be able to reach that journey if our mind is not set to become a developed nation status. And one of the ways to do it is really to make sure that all businesses are able to take on board this new formulation, this new policy the government has introduced, to make sure that all your books, your accounts are in order. Because if your accounts are not in order, then you will not be able to take advantage of this GST regime. You may have a buku 35, but even the buku 35 shows that your accounts are in order. With your buku 35, you can get microcredit. At least you're starting somewhere, the beginning of a journey. Because otherwise, when competition sets in, and competition doesn't know your name, doesn't know the name of your company, doesn't know you, and competition sets in wherever you are, even if you're in Malaysia or when you go overseas, it's too late. And the best way to get yourself started, to make sure that your accounts are in order, your books are in order, is really, really about implementing GST. And I'm just putting it in a very candid way. I'm just putting it in a layman's term of how we should prepare ourselves on the benefits of GST. I've got here a nice prepared text done by my people. But I decided to just engage you and to discuss with you and talk to you on how you must prepare yourself, because there's no other option. There's no other option if we dream to become a developed nation status. Because beginning 1st of April, and I hope you all do not decide to actually register GST on the 1st of April. Malaysians are very fond to do that, to pay their summons. On the 1st of April, we will see that GST comes to replace the two taxes, which is the what you call the services tax as well as sales tax. And do you want to complain when today the sales and services tax is about 16%, is that right? Together, 12%. And now everything else is brought down to only 6%. You're complaining? From 12% to 6%, are we complaining? And are we complaining that along the way, as you go through this whole entire exercise and understand it better, you yourself, as suppliers, as consumers, along the whole entire supply chain, you also can claim that 6% for yourself, for your business. It's for you to understand, it's for you to seek information, it's for you to be educated. If we can tell our children to educate themselves, to know the times table and to know the spelling right, we better start with ourselves as adults. Because if you don't seek information, don't wait for information to come to you. In any case, in this generation that we are today, in this new ICT world that we are today, Information is just at the click. If you don't know how to look for it, ask your children to look for it. Even a 2-year-old knows how to do it on iPads. So please don't wait for information. Look for this information, know how to go about doing it, and that's the reason why we are organizing this series of seminars non-stop for SME Corp as we reach out to the 98.5% of total business establishments in Malaysia. Do you know that there are 662,000 businesses that are defined as SMEs? But only those who have got sales turnover of 500,000 and above are mandatory upon your businesses to get yourself registered with GST. And that's about 160,000 businesses. Believe you me, I know who you are, the 160,000. And that's per census as we did in 2011. I believe that between 2011 to 2014, some of you have graduated from before 400,000 to become now 500,000 and above. Good stories to tell. You have improved in terms of business performance. And that largely, I would anticipate, is about 50,000 more. So, or maybe 100,000. So we're looking into at least a minimum of 200,000 companies that is mandatory on your businesses to get the GST number and to comply with the GST requirements. Now, for these 200,000 companies, you'll be ramming up and competing with the only 150 million ringgit given to SME Corp to dish out to SMEs out there. Alright? So it's first come, first serve. There are 113 vendors that has been, approved by Ministry of Finance, by Customs. The first batch was 55 vendors, and the second batch, another 58 vendors. And your software, your GST software, can be as cheap as 2,000 ringgit, and it can be as complex and sophisticated, it could even cost you 200,000 ringgit. It's up to you to choose. Look at the intricacies of your business, because it's got various modules. Look at the complexities of your business. If your business is everything under the sun, you're also manufacturing, you're also doing retail, you're also doing promotions and others, then you may be looking at the middle range software or the end, the 200,000 ringgit software. But if your business is a business that you think you're okay in just getting that 2,000 ringgit software, that is your decision. You get that 2,000 ringgit software, that's a basic software, enough for you to go and implement GST in your company. What we can only provide to you by the government is to create that spark. I know 1,000 ringgit will not go a long way, but at least the government shows that they care for you. This is how we want to assist you. Just go and get that e-voucher of 1,000 ringgit only meant for SMEs. Now, a lot of people out there, companies, was telling me, why difficult to get this, even 1,000 ringgit? Murah aja, apa susah sangat nak 1,000 ringgit? Hello? This is taxpayers' money. It's my money, it's your money, even if 5 cents is my money. And I'm responsible for it. I'm responsible to make sure that only eligible companies get access to this 1,000 ringgit. And therefore, I only ask you for 2 documentation. And these 2 documentation, nothing else but to prove you are an SME. You're not a large company, you're not a company that belongs to the Japanese firm, you're not a company that's owned by an Indian company or an Indonesian company or a Filipino company. I want to give to Malaysians. And that's why I need only 2 documentation. And everything is done online. Everything is online. I only ask, number 1 is for your EPF. Just workforce and how many workers are there. So you got to fulfill an SME definition. And I also only ask for, is that a document? We want to check your sales turnover. Only 2 documentation. Now, if your sales turnover is less than 500,000 ringgit a year, but if you want to register for GST, we are not stopping you. We still give you that 1,000 ringgit voucher. We don't stop you. It's just those who have got sales turnover exceeding 500,000 ringgit a year is mandatory on them. If they don't get themselves registered for GST, then the government or customs and lembaga customs dalam negeri on the 1st of April will go after them. Tapi kalau your sales turnover is less and you voluntarily want to register, we welcome you with open arms to register and get your GST number. I mentioned to you that everything is done online. Now, there have been attempts. I want to share with you that there are companies out there who try to give us fake GST number. You cannot pass through the e-voucher online without a GST number. That's number 1 you got to do. You must register with GST, only then can you get the e-voucher. Our system, which is created by, developed by Malaysians, developed by SME Corpians, are able to detect fictitious GST number. Automatically, your application will be rejected. It doesn't even go to the next phase. Don't test us. Don't try it. Be proud of being Malaysian. Developed by Malaysians, done by Malaysians, for Malaysians. Okay? By our very own SME Corp at that. It's developed in-house, the system. So with that, once you got your GST number, you go online and you apply, and you're given a serial. Something, it's just like you check into AirAsia and buy your ticket. Print that out, then you got a serial number. The next test, when you go to the vendors and choose 100 and from 113 vendors, and those vendors will check with us once you go and redeem. They will check with us, your number must commensurate with the number that you have already gotten from us. If it doesn't match, second stage of decline. And don't try to redeem it twice. It doesn't work. You can only redeem it once. Meaning to say, take time to decide on which of those 113 vendors that you like to work to purchase your GST software. Because that will help you later. Your GST software that you purchase will go through your entire business lifeline and make sure that it is relevant to your type of business. I would say that this morning, this is one of the series of seminar and training that we are doing. With for SME Corp between now, which is September and end of the year, we've got 27 more of such seminars that not happening only in Kuala Lumpur, not only happening in SME Corp, but also together with our colleagues, the rest of the parts of Malaysia. And I want to remind you, don't wait to the last minute, because the GST e-voucher, you can only apply until end of the year. But you can redeem until February. Why am I making this, arrangement? Because as I said, I know Malaysians are always last minute. If I were to put it, implementation GST is 1st of April. If I were to put until 31st of March, 30th of March, all the systems all jammed up. So we put it that you can only apply your e-voucher, your GST voucher until 31st of December. That allows you, those who apply in 31st December, that allows you 2 more months to actually go and redeem it with all from the 113 vendors. By which time, I hope that by March, everybody will be settled down and ready for the full implementation of GST on the 1st of April. feel factor to all your colleagues, to all your friends, that we are here to assist you. We are not here to create difficulty for your business. We want to see that your businesses thrive, and that's the business of SME Corp. To make sure your businesses thrive, to make sure that you sustain your business, not just today, not just tomorrow, but until forever and ever, that the whole entire business lifespan, so that you can pass it from generation to generation. Today, what we have got here with you today is to share with you talks from SME Corp Malaysia that were handled by Cik Ghazali Hamzah. Is he here? Not here? He's outside, he's preparing himself, I guess. We have got here Puan Maimun Zaid, the Senior Assistant Director of Customs. Please ask questions if you're not clear about the implementation of GST. We've also got Puan Ganesan Gautam Japani. He's coming later. All right, he's going to help Puan Maimun. And not forgetting also, Customs is coming a big way. We've got Puan Raza Arshad. He's here. In the afternoon. All right. So they will all be coming, they are here to share with you on this information of GST, on the elements and scope of GST, on input tax credit and accounting for tax and GST readiness for businesses. And I hope that at the end of the seminar, you come out feeling good, that you're better in terms of knowledge and you're educated in terms of GST understanding concepts, most important, the implementation of GST and how it will help you in your business. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good outcome, have a good seminar, have a good training program today. Spread the good words around, and I hope to see you at the top round of the business ladder of success. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.